Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, put together specifically for you, our executive investor audience. Today, we're dissecting a really critical macro thesis. You see, China is no longer just, experimenting with artificial intelligence. They are essentially weaponizing it as their absolute primary pillar for economic revival.
To structure our analysis today, we're taking a macro to micro pyramid approach. We'll start with AI, China's growth pillar, then move into consumer sector efficiency gains, followed by education, optimizing student focus, and manufacturing, accelerating physical tech. After that, we'll look at the impact of education versus manufacturing and wrap up with reshaping the Chinese economy.
All right, let's jump into section 1, AI, China's growth pillar, integrating tech to revive the economy. We're seeing companies all across China actively pushing the frontiers of AI, way beyond digital software, getting it right out of the cloud and directly into tangible, everyday physical devices. And this brilliantly illustrates the shift. As a researcher at a Chinese automator perfectly stated, AI will become deeply integrated with the physical world. For you as investors tracking capital flows, this right here is ground zero. It's a massive shift toward deep physical integration.
Moving on to section 2. Consumer sector efficiency gains. Hyper-personalized everyday products. To really understand the micro-level impact here, we just need to look at what's coming down the AI consumer pipeline. Like at a recent exhibition over in Shenzhen, we aren't just seeing your standard connected devices anymore. We are seeing everyday products get completely reimagined. We're talking smartwatches, AI-equipped beds, and even smart massage chairs, all equipped with AI to create immediate, highly tangible value for consumers. Now, what's really interesting about this specific product efficiency mechanism is that it represents a massive leap forward. You don't just pick some generic setting on this massage chair anymore. Instead, the consumer literally just inputs a specific ache or pain, and the AI proposes the absolute most suitable, hyper-personalized program for them. For investors, this is exactly the kind of efficiency that drives entirely new product cycles, forces upgrades, and ultimately increases consumer spending.
Next up, section 3. Education, optimizing student focus, behavioral and psychological support tech.
So shifting over to the education sector, this integration is moving way beyond simply digitizing textbooks. At a baseline level, the functionality is completely frictionless. A child literally just points to a word in a text, and the AI tutor instantly provides an audio explanation. But as we dig deeper, you'll find that's really just scratching the surface of what these devices can actually do.
Let's move on and see how this builds into something much more advanced. The tech actually scales into active behavioral modification. Step 1. The device continuously monitors the child's facial expressions and posture to catch exactly when they start getting restless. Step 2. It actively encourages proper sitting to maintain focus. And Step 3. It provides actual psychological support to help them complete their homework. So the AI is mitigating human error and restlessness in real time, which can drastically improve study outcomes. Okay, section 4. Manufacturing, accelerating physical tech, in-house optimization, and new services.
Now we're scaling up to heavy industry, and there's a huge strategic pivot happening here. Manufacturers are developing AI entirely in-house, tailoring it directly to their very own product pipelines, rather than just relying on off-the-shelf software. Automaker researchers are using this to drastically accelerate things like autonomous driving and driver assistance, but they're also pushing way further into launching entirely new, futuristic physical services. We are literally talking about humanoid robots and flying cars. And the sentiment on the ground regarding all this is just incredibly striking. As one research team noted, quote, "Problems that were once difficult to address can now all be solved." That sheer absolute confidence in AI's ability to overcome historic manufacturing and developmental hurdles, that is a massive statement of intent, and for sure, something every single investor needs to be factoring into their models right now.
Bringing us to section 5, impact, education versus manufacturing, a sector comparative analysis. So the crucial point here is what happens when we actually compare these two sectors. Drawing a direct line between them, we see dynamically different implementations that are both serving that exact same overarching goal of economic growth. On the education side, the impact is highly psychological and behavioral, driven by monitoring kids and providing that psychological support. Contrast that with the manufacturing impact, which is driven by in-house AI tailored specifically to accelerate product development and launch entirely new physical services. It's a brilliant dual-pronged approach, optimizing human capital on one end and pure industrial output on the other.
And finally, Section 6, reshaping the Chinese economy, the macro outlook. To wrap this all up and return to our main macro thesis, we've just seen AI getting deeply integrated into smart massage chairs, sophisticated tutoring devices, and literally flying cars. These are absolutely not isolated little experiments. They are unified components of one massive overarching economic strategy. Which leaves us with the ultimate provocative question for you as global capital allocators. With China placing an unprecedented bid on AI as its next driver of growth, will this deep physical integration actually succeed in reshaping the country's economy? It is a profound risk-reward scenario, guys, and one that is undoubtedly going to define the next decade of global markets.